What is the best lens for photography? This is a very difficult question, and I'll tell you a secret. There is no perfect answer. Photography is huge. It depends entirely on what you want to capture. Landscapes, portraits, street photography, architecture, animals. Every focal length has its purpose. On traditional cameras, this is easy. You just switch the lens. Want something wide? Use 16mm or 24. Want natural portraits? Use 50mm, maybe 85mm. Want extreme zoom? You can go all the way to 300, 600, even 1000mm. You adapt the camera to your vision. But smartphones are different. You are locked to the lens that came from the factory. Yes, you can zoom digitally, but digital zoom is just cropping. You lose resolution, you lose quality. You are not changing the optics, you are throwing away pixels. So, the choice of the main lens becomes extremely important. For many years, the standard main camera on smartphones was 24mm equivalent. It is wide, bright, flexible. But it has a problem – perspective distortion. If you take a portrait too close at 24mm, faces look stretched, noses look bigger, foreheads look wider, goofy and strange. It doesn't look natural. This is why many phones automatically switch to 2x, zoom from portraits. They are trying to simulate 50mm, which looks much more realistic. I used 24mm lens for years. They are great for landscapes, streets, everyday shots. But for people, it's not ideal. Recently, manufacturers started using 35mm as the main camera. And this is very interesting. 35mm looks much more natural. Faces look correct. Perspective feels more honest. Images look more cinematic. I personally love 35mm. It is one of my favorite. But it also has a problem. It is not wide enough. In small rooms, you cannot fit everything in the frame. In cities, buildings don't fit. In tight spaces, you physically cannot step back. And unlike 24mm where you have some wiggle room to zoom in, you cannot zoom out on 35mm. You are stuck. The only fix will be to digitally crop on dedicated ultra-wide lens. But quality of those is usually bad in the first place. So, here is the interesting part. In my opinion, there is a solution for a smartphone specifically. Ta-da! 28mm focal distance. In my opinion, it is the best balance. 28mm sits perfectly between 24 and 35. It is wide enough for environments, a lot more close to 24mm, but narrow enough to keep natural perspective. A lot more close to 35mm. Faces don't look stretched and goofy, but you still capture enough of the scene. It's incredibly versatile. This is why in my old school days, 28mm was historically loved by street photographers. It gives you context and realism at the same time. Not too wide, not too narrow, just right. And there is another advantage. Modern smartphones now use very large sensors, 1 inch in size. And it is no joke. 1 inch sensor is a massive improvement in image quality. Better light capture, better dynamic range, better background separation. those bokeh balls. But large sensors require larger lenses. And 35mm lenses on large sensors make camera bump huge. Almost impossible to make it 1 inch and preserve reasonable form factor of a smartphone. 28mm is a lot easier to engineer in design, more compact, more practical. Camera bump won't be as big. Better balance between quality and size. In daily use, 28mm simply works. You can shoot people, you can shoot streets, you can shoot indoors, you can shoot landscapes. It solves most situations without forcing you to compromise too much. It does not look impressive on paper, but I'm telling you, you have to try it before judging. In real life, it's incredibly powerful. In my opinion, 28mm deserves to become the standard main camera for smartphones. It's the best compromise between realism and flexibility. The best focal length for smartphone photography. And what about ultrawide and telephoto? Short answer: 12mm for ultrawide and 17mm for telephoto. But that is a topic for another video. See you in the cosmos.